Now, if you're like me, you've probably gone through some of the most awkward, embarrassing, and last but not least, downright painful moments. So much so that even decades later, you're still thinking about it in your sleep. It's the sole purpose of my life. To suffer? And in this video, I'll be discussing all the most awkward and embarrassing moments we have all probably dealt with, starting off with the okay class with the person sitting next to you. Tell them 3 fun facts about yourself. Ah crap, do we really have to do this? Yeah, when you're in class and the teacher tells you to be talking about some 3 random facts with some person you have never had an interaction with before, it just gets awkward. Okay, I don't want to do this as well, but we eventually gotta talk to each other.
Yeah, you're right. So, I have... Wait, give me a moment. I don't really know anything cool about myself. What about you?
I mean, I participate in the school track team and I like to run.
Awesome sauce. Wait, I like dogs.
Huh?
I have just figured out one cool fact about myself. I like dogs.
Me too. Okay, now that you talked with your table buddy, now warning, the next awkward moment I'm about to talk about is very specific. As specific as that IP address of yours, to say the least. Wait, how do you even know? Don't ask questions. It's the type of situation that will turn any normal walk into some kind of social test. Okay, but do you know when you're walking in some kind of hallway, let's say a hotel for instance, and then in the opposite direction you see one person walking towards your view? Then it's basically just the 2 of you practically walking towards each other in silence. And in my mind, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Should I say hi or something? Crap. Okay, now the answer to this question requires a lot of careful observations. And the way I honestly come up with my decision is judging them based off their body language from head to toe. I will simply start out by looking at their pose, the expression on their face, and their posture. You know, all the basics. And if they are hunched back, looking down with the face saying, "Don't talk to me," I simply won't greet them. Like, you do your stuff, I'll do mine. I'm fine with that. Like, I didn't even want to greet your sorry butt to begin. Ha! Can you let me go? However, if they're looking up towards my direction, okay, fine. I'll give you like a little nod or something like that. Maybe even a hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Let me ask you something. Does anything we do truly matter when the sun will one day blaze and end it all? But something that actually scares me is, what if at one point I suddenly just assumed they weren't in the mood for greetings, but it turns out they were the ones saying hi to me when I was completely clueless? That is so unfortunate. You're basically being left unread in real life. So unfortunate. Now, I'm probably overthinking about all this stuff, so why not we make our way towards the first embarrassing moment of our list, which is getting a question wrong in front of the entire class. It sucks. Sometimes my teacher will ask a random question for us students to answer in class, but the problem is that sometimes they will go out of their way to choose the most random set of students to answer the question. And if they didn't get that question correct, they're just gonna be making a living fool out of themselves. All thanks to the teacher. And yeah, teachers will be calling anyone even if they're not raising their hands, which pisses me off because there could be a reason as to why they didn't raise their hands in the first place. Why choose them to answer? Okay class, can anyone answer who took a dump on June 22nd of 1644 at 2:12 p.m? Wait, I should decide who answers. Let's see who suffers. Mr. Z. Huh? What was the question again? Who took a dump on June 22nd? Stop. Just stop. Excuse me? Tell me why you're calling me to answer this question to begin with. 7 to 8 people are already raising their hands, and yet you still chose a kid with his hand down? Please calm down. Wait. I have one more thing to say. Just one more thing to say. You better call that eye doctor of yours because those classes sure aren't helping you see that I wasn't volunteering. Get it? See? You're suspended. Well, that sucks. Where were we? I know that many other people have been saying this recently, but let me set the scene. So you are in a quiet class while taking a test. So quiet that you can even hear your own blood flowing. Everything is going well as you cook up on that exam, and then suddenly... Suddenly, because your stomach is having a party inside your system, every eye is going to be slowly turning towards your direction. Yeah, it happens to me on occasion. Like, my body will always be betraying me in the worst possible moments. Okay, but the next topic is a combination between both the awkward and embarrassing struggles, and that is running with a backpack on. You will just look stupid, end of story. I know, we have all got that moment where we have to pick up the pace one way or another, but if you end up doing that with some kind of heavy backpack strapped around your back, hate to break it to you, buddy, you'll just look stupid. You can be a well-known D1 athlete with straight A's, lots of money, and a Porsche outside your mansion, and yet you will still look like a devout being. All I'm saying is that no one is safe from it. Next up on our list is... Wait, what is next on our list? No. This is probably the one that tortures me the most. When you start uncontrollably coughing in class. Now for me, I don't really cough, but when I choke on my own spit, that always gets me. Oh wait, sorry guys, I just choked up my own spit. And it's so embarrassing because I don't want people in the back to be saying, if this dude coughs one more time, I'm about to crash out on him. Facts. This is one of the worst moments one can experience because they will either have to choose between suffering for the rest of class or being the class menace. And I can only imagine how it must have been trying to hold your cough in 2020. You know, the pandemic. For example, I can cough like this. Stay away from
this
me.
guy
Just
might
stay away
actually
from
have
me.
COVID.
Someone is
Oh
sick.
my gosh, are you okay?
No way. Okay, quiet down, guys. There is only one way to find out if he really has COVID or not. By shoving up this thing up his nose. Now the next one is not as bad, but seeing someone you know in public, specifically someone you know at school. Now let me get this straight. If I see someone I know who is a person I generally talk to in class or someone I'm really close with, it's all good. But if it's someone I don't know and I only had 3 conversations with them in total during the entire school year, what do I even do if we make eye contact? Now, despite me having the answer for everything, I will not know what to do in this scenario, unfortunately. Now for the last one, which is probably one of the worst ones on this list. It's so bad to the point it can haunt anyone in their dreams, no matter who they are, and that is tripping in public. Now, luckily, I don't remember any of this kind of stuff happening to me, and if this had happened to you before, say cheese.